AM 1450, FM 99.3 KNSI. Taking you home with VoigtJohnson Real Estate every Thursday morning at 7:23, Saturday afternoon now at 12:53 here on KNSI. The Voigt part of VoigtJohnson is with us. That would be Heidi Voigt. Great to see you.
You as well.
So, we just celebrated this month our nation's independence, right?
Correct.
It is one of those things that I think we need to celebrate, commemorate, keep in our head 12 months out of the year, right?
For sure.
Okay, there is something else that is all part of that, and that is home ownership in America. I don't know, Heidi, what's it like in other countries? If I want to buy a house in, I don't know, Switzerland, Germany, North Korea,
Yeah.
I don't think I get much of a chance up in North Korea, do I?
Well, probably not there. I mean, I think that there's some home ownership opportunities in different countries, and I mean, we even see, people locally that do international buying.
I get the
type of thing,
island
but
life.
Yeah. And the dream to be on Fiji on
Sure.
an island. But it is kind of hand in hand with what we call the American dream.
The American dream.
Right. And and I think part of what we talk about and what we talked about last week too is that, all the fiscal reasons why you would do something. And I don't think that a lot of times we celebrate enough the idea of the other part of home ownership and it just being a lifestyle decision. And no matter what level of housing you are in, if you're in something small, you're in something large, you're on land, you're on the lake, whatever, it is where we curate the memories with the people that we care about the most. Mm-hmm. And that is something that, from my perspective, blessing of social media is we get to see our clients enjoying those moments and having their first babies and blowing bubbles in the driveway and doing their first sandboxes and those types of things. So.
And then when those people come to sell their house and they ring you up to make that happen, you get to go back into that house and look at the marks on the wall where Bobby grew up and Susie grew up and all of that.
Yeah.
That's
well,
great.
and selling, you get to that point, and selling can be a hugely emotional process because you have all these things. And we all have that, like, the kitchen, and whether your kitchen be, a culinary designer masterpiece or it's your grandma's kitchen that had the old farm sink, not enough counter space, but the smells and the different things. I think the other day I was thinking about being in somebody's house and they had a pencil sharpener and the way that a pencil smells when you're in, and all those things that trigger those memories that people have in those different places. So it's not all about the financial benefits of owning. It's really about creating a lifestyle and living your life to the fullest, whatever house you might be in.
You talk about that aroma therapy, right? It takes you back to some great times.
Oh, for sure.
The smell of coffee. Right? I just know my grandmother had it going, my mom had it going, family friends always had it going. Great thing.
For sure. My grandson in the morning, that's one of his things to do, is that he sees somebody making coffee, whether it be myself or my parents live with me in the summer, and great grandpa will bring over the coffee and he smells it, you know, and so that will be a thing forever. For him, I would assume. Sure. But it's those things.
Coffee's on. It means you're welcome to come on in.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
You talked about the whole financial aspect of things, but this is, I think this is a much bigger thing because you talked about the American dream. I think it's what we're supposed to do.
Well, it is. I think it's what we're supposed to do. And then, in the bigger picture of it is that, when you have something and you have a place to posture, a place to entertain and be with people, it can be part of your service mentality that you have something and you're going to share it. Mm-hmm. And then when people see that you're sharing it, they want it. And then they're going to go on and try to strive to have it, and then they'll share it with the next people. It's like a service mentality.
Would you share the story again of you guys were walking down the street once?
Oh,
And somebody said something about a house, and another person said, hey, that's where I grew up, or something.
Yeah, no, that was my husband. It was before we were married, and my parents were temporarily renting a house while they were building another house.
Sure.
And we had dinner there, and we were walking down the road, and my husband said, that house, we were by this house, and that's where my mom grew up. And my dad said, that's the house I was born in. yeah.
You can't make that up.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Ooh, goosebumps.
It's still, and we mention that to people once in a while, and they're like, that just, it's a small world,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's a small world, and we're all intertwined.
You can rent. I understand all of that. Sometimes it drives you crazy because you feel like you can't get out of that cycle, right? But putting money away to get that down payment, maybe a family member can help you out or whatever. But when you take that step,
Yep.
it feels like, man, I'm on my way.
Well, it is, and and there's so many affordable options for people where you don't have to have these huge down payments.
Right.
And the thing that I find is that people think, well, I'm not going to be able to afford it because I'm doing this. But when people buy that house, all of a sudden they're like, well, I'm not going to go to the bar because I want to be at my house, so I'm going to have friends over.
Right.
Or, all these different lifestyle changes that people make in order to have that asset.
And once you do that,
Yeah.
you're going to ask yourself, why did I wait so long?
For sure,
Right?
absolutely.
It's those memories that you don't even know that you're going to make that are sitting out there waiting for us all.
Yep.
It's great. And it's generational also.
It is, and we're here to courier right to wherever you want to be, whatever generation you are.
VoigtJohnson Real Estate. How many folks work over there?
We have 20 plus agents and then some support staff. So yeah, it's a great crew.
So when you always say, I ask you, how do we work with you? You always say you've got a great gallery of agents to work with.
We do. You can visit our website, VoigtJohnson.com, and check us out. There's somebody waiting for you.
Hardest question of the day. What is your phone number?
320-774-2400.
Heidi, thank you.
Thank you.
AM 1450, FM 99.3, KNSI, taking you home with VoigtJohnson Real Estate every Thursday morning at 7:23, Saturday afternoons now at 12:53. And remember, start that home search at VoigtJohnson.com.